Well, Rockland residents weigh in as the MTA moves forward with that congestion pricing as soon as next year. News 12's Jonathan Gordon is at the Pearl River train station. So, Jonathan, why are some people unhappy about this plan?
Well, some people, particularly in Rockland, believe that they should be exempt from congestion pricing, or at least get a discount, because they feel they're already at a disadvantage when it comes to public transportation options because they don't have a one-seat ride from here to the city. New York is moving closer to becoming the first U.S. city to charge drivers an extra fee for entering its most congested areas.
To make sure we don't get overwhelmed by single occupancy automobiles, and that is a trade-off.
But not a trade-off State Senator Elijah Melnick is willing to make for Rockland residents. He argues riders west of the Hudson should not have to pay the toll because they do not have a direct train to the city, and many commuters choose to drive to Manhattan to potentially save time, money, and headaches.
I understand that the MTA needs money. It can't come on the back of people who have no other good options for getting into the city.
He would also like to see the MTA appoint someone from Rockland to the board advising the project.
We're going to be paying the cost of it, and we should have a voice in how that cost is set.
Riders have complained about train issues for years, but right now they're not as concerned.
They'd rather take the train instead of paying the toll because, again, with gas prices too, it is getting a little bit ridiculous.
No, I drove into the city the other day, and I'd much rather take the train.
The MTA will hold a series of hearings at the end of next month to collect feedback before the Federal Highway Administration must issue final approval. And Senator Melnick is very aware that it is unlikely he will be able to actually get this project stalled, but he does say that he is passing around a petition which does have several dozen signatures tonight, and that he's hoping puts a little bit of pressure, at least on the MTA and this advisory board, to take a look at potentially looking into discounts for residents here in Rockland.
So, Jonathan, will the board consider that request?
So by state law, they do have to take a look at all arguments for these type of exemptions, but both public hearings and comments made in the past, including some as recently as just this week by members of the board, indicate that it's very unlikely and a very difficult thing to even try and get it to make happen. Very unlikely at the end of the day that anyone is going to see that type of discount. In Pearl River, Jonathan Gordon, News 12.